Hello everybody, welcome back for some StarCraft 2 action. Welcome my fellow esports fans. We are back at the Homestory Cup 25 for Elazer versus Trigger on Alcyone to start us off for this best of 3. Now last video we went into a little bit of Mixu action, and I promise you he will be back at the end of our coverage of this Group D for Homestory Cup 25, but had to sneak this Trigger versus Elazer action in there. A juicy Zerg versus Protoss versus two very good players right now. Now we see Probe moving across the map already. Elazer going for a standard hatch first, gas pool opener, and probably knows that Trigger doesn't like to probe scout against him, or doesn't go for the block, or doesn't care about the block. Especially in Alcyone, like, the bases are both takeable, especially this third base is completely fine. It's not that far away from the main, and taking that a little earlier, getting your creep out, getting it behind the minerals, you can get a lot of valuable creep spread without it being able to be contested by the Protoss player. So let's see what Trigger is all about. Is he a StarCraft, or StarCraft? Well, yes, he's a StarCraft player, but is he a Starport type of player, or does he go for a robot? Perhaps he wants a Twilight console, and maybe just a little 4-gate action, just a good old 4-gate. But no, not this time around. He goes for a Stargate. Could still be something cool, such as Double Tempest, which ever since I first saw that, I think Classic do that against Raynor on this map, same positions. Dude, the Double Tempest build is just, it's so cool. Every time I play Protoss, I'm like, I could do something else, but I already know that I just want to make Double Tempest and just go. It doesn't matter. 1v1 team games, doesn't matter. Just want to make 5 to 6 Tempests and go. Elazer took out of gas here, so it's just the speed and then pure minerals from there. 2 Adepts are across the map, and the Shades do get a little bit of confirmation that yes, Elazer made a couple lings. 8 lings is a nice amount. So forcing a couple lings with the Adepts, and also getting the confirmation that there are a bunch of drones on the natural. Now, of course, you could technically Maynard them from the main to the natural to fake you having more drones, but, you know, no Zerg would ever do that unless they were expertly cheesing you. Now we do have one Oracle out on the map, second one underway. The Queens for Elazer are in position, and no drones at the third just yet. I like that a lot. Now we see 3 drones coming in. Just the little things. We see Evo Chamber and more spores going down. Only a spore ready at the base where there were no more Queenies. And there goes that creep spread that is hard to contest on this side of the map, because, well, the Protoss just can't get there with ground units. This Oracle is chilling. We have 2 Oracles on the map, and a third one is coming out. Now, the third base is already halfway done, and more Adepts are coming out. Where is the Twilight console? Where is the Forge? Where's the robot? What is Trigger thinking? I was kind of expecting to see his tech come up, which is why I ask these questions. We do see +1 melee coming out of Elazer. Not super duper fast, but it is the next 100 gas that he spends in this game. Twilight and Forge are coming out. Now, the typical follow-up here would be to go for the Blink +1, but we have been seeing a bunch of Charge +1, and then going into, like, earlier Storm, going for a bunch of Immortals, and just completely forgoing the fact that Colossi exist, and Blink Stalkers just not really utilized. Like, I still consider it the standard, but it's being phased out, so it might just not be the standard anymore. Soon TM. Do see a little bit of a run by here from the Zerglings, trying to get a little bit of damage done, but nothing really happened. Only those adepts were caught in the middle of the map. And +1 melee halfway done. We see the charge indeed with the double robo. Let's see what the double robo is used for. Is it just going to be immortals or like an observer war prism into double immortal, or are we going to see that robotic support bay? We do see extra gases here from Trigger, so he could definitely try and get some heavy gas units out of those robos. Do see the Twilight Consult, or a Templar Archive, sorry, coming out, and double immortal. So it's going to be that immortal Archon Zealot. And let's see what Trigger does with it. Ooh, 2 Zealots do step out of line there, and the Lings get a nice surround. Don't really care too much about killing this Adept anymore. Adepts are kind of useless units. As soon as the early mid-game has passed. My cat wants a little bit of attention. You can see her tail. Let's see, we see Hydra range, we see +1 range attack as well, and more hatcheries for Elazer underway. Surprisingly not going towards the right side of the map, actually expanding to the left side and getting that rich geyser out. Trigger in response, starting up his storm, looking towards a 4th base here, might even get a quick 5th base with the gold mineralen. We see a lot of cannons here being built by Trigger, expecting some type of unit explosion from Elazer, and he's not wrong. There's a bunch of Hydras underway. We do not see a hive, no infestation pit, no lurker den, so just pure Ling Hydra as of now. Do we have a Baneling Nest? We do have a Baneling Nest, but there's no Baneling speed. Now Baneling speed does start up. Hydra speed is starting up, so it's just Hydra Ling Bane. A nice classic composition. Ooh, Trigger. Getting nice stasis ward here on a bunch of drones. Not being able to mine minerals, but Elazer is pretty high up in the worker count. Trigger on the other side is a little lower on the worker count, not really able to take a 4th base as of now. And he looks to be like getting the Golden Armada, Death Balls type army, but instead he's just trickling out gateway units, trying to clear up this 4th base and losing more and more units. Oh my god, that's so many Hydras. Oh shit, 23 Hydras, 50 plus Lings coming in, and now we see the infestation pit, extra Eva chamber on the back, and I like this play from Elazer. As a Zerg, it can be very tempting to be like, well, this guy's on 3 base. There's no way he has a lot. But that's the only way you lose this game as a Elazer. Think about it. What's the best position for Protoss to fight in right now? It's probably at their base. What is their late game? Are they scaling? Not that much. They have +1. We're getting double ups. Trigger wants to scale into this game. And now we go in for the punish. Instantaneously, 4th base gets cancelled by Elazer. 3 groups of units out on the map. The other 5th base also gets checked. It'd be kind of funny if Trigger had a hidden base over there, but Elazer's starting to float a bunch of money, and it's like, well, you know what a cost-inefficient way of guaranteed blowing shit up is? Banes. And they are good against buildings, they're pretty good against Storm, they're good against Zealots, and they're also good against Stalkers, which we don't see right now. Oh, because they tank damage and then they do damage. And the Lings and the Banes are trying to wrap around this small Protoss army here. Don't see any more Stormy boys. More High Templar are coming in. The Zerg army is a little bit clumped up. But Elazer does take this 4th position once again. He's floating so much money. And the 4th base gets cancelled again. Nice job there by Elazer. Even snipes a little Archon. And gas is definitely your bottleneck if you're on 3 bases. And I guess since Legacy, minerals also kind of become a bottleneck at some point. Because your main mines out real quick. Now, Trigger has restarted his 4th base again. Let's see how many times he has got it killed. Only once. And we saw him cancel at least 2 more times. Oh baby, we have adrenal glands, we have a lurker den, we have a bunch more banelings. We have 13 on the map, 28 more underway. Not quite nesty levels of banes, but it's a good amount of banelings here, and they are rolling on in. The storms do kill them nowadays because the health upgrade is gone. The High Templar do get taken down or get morphed into an Archon. The entire Protoss army got surrounded by the Lings and the Hydras. They do survive. The Immortals stand tall, but on the back of this, Liquid's Elazer has a bunch of money in the bank, and he can start remaxing. On the back of this, though, a couple Zealots trying to get a nice run-by going. Only a couple drones going down. The gold base is being mined by Elazer as well. He's a rich boy. And a lot of units are running across the map. His supply is skyrocketing. Once again, 18 more Hydralisks underway. Now we have 6 Immortals left on the map. We did see a couple of them fall. 7 have already died this game. Holy moly. Now Trigger has this 4th base and he needs to keep it up. But in the meanwhile, Elazer has just taken full advantage of the fact that he has full map control and the Lings are getting into the main base, and Trigger must be very sad right now because these are adrenal glands Zerglings, and they're going to take down all of your buildings even if you don't want them to. They are not going to respect your boundaries, and they will walk all over them, disrespect them. And there's a War Prism here trying to deal some disrespect back into the Zerg base. We see a bunch of drones going down at the gold base. Elazer running back to his main and his gold base to try and stem the bleeding. And Trigger, he has been wounded, but he's not out of this game just yet. Double upgrade got seized a little bit. They got frozen. The assets are not available right now. But, I mean, it's still looking a little grim for Trigger here. It's funny to say because we don't have that many Hydras, but we do have 14 Lurkers about to join us in the map. Now, what do we have to deal with that? We have 8 Immortals, which is a good start. We have 6 High Templar. That can be okay if the Lurkers aren't in position yet. But if we look at Elazer's map, he has a lot. He has a lot of vision. And the Lings do try to get back into the base. We get a nice surround on the other side. Oh my god, the Lurker Armada walks up to the gold base. It instantaneously gets cancelled. Bunch of storms go down. The High Templar try to donate themselves for the cause, for ire. And one of them does go down, but now look at that. Look at Trigger. He's out of position to defend his 4th base. And that feels bad. Man, the 4th base is gonna go down. And Trigger goes for her last hurrah. Goes and try to cancel or stop Elazer from attacking, basically, by attacking himself. Lurkers are back. Lings are coming from all sides. The storms are going down, but the Lurker spines are coming out of the ground. We do have this one observer helping out the Protoss, but these Immortals are starting to take a lot of damage. The splash from the Lurkers, and now they also get bunched up against this Spore Crawler. And meanwhile, all of the other Lurkers are still in Trigger space, killing all of his dudes. Yes, these Archons and Immortals can kill a couple buildings, can kill a couple drones, can kill a couple queens, but in the end, Elazer is now doubling the supply. Trigger only has 2 mining bases, well, actually just 1. And pretty convincingly with, well, not a lot of spectacle, I must add. It was just pretty straightforward. Elazer doing his scouting, doing his thing, denying this 4th base over and over again. And just 2 solid. Oh. Which gives Elazer this first game in the best of 3. And for game number 2, we are here on Oceanborn. A map that every race can enjoy in some capacity. But we're also here to remind you that you should probably be subscribed to the channel. Like the video. And Trigger has to fight back here to not get 2-0'd in the best of 3 and keep his chances of getting out of this group high. Of course, we did see Elazer versus Drogo, and I'm gonna spoil that. Elazer lost, so Trigger now has a huge opportunity to get second place in this tournament. Or in this group. Also this tournament, of course. Yes, he can get second place. I don't think that's what he's gunning for. He probably wants to get first, you know. At least the real winners. The real athletes. They want to win. You know, they aren't happy with a top 8. Getting my coaching voice on. Elazer gets his natural once again on the regular spot. On Oceanborn, I personally kind of hate it more when I get blocked, but I do kind of like taking the forward one. Just like a night shift, which is, I think, what the map was called. That really, really looks like this map. I already mentioned it the first time I cast Oceanborn, but it still nags me to this day. And 100 gas goes into the speed. And no more gas being mined. Oh my god, I hate my facial hair. It itches when I speak. And I am not used to my facial hair growing, like, at all. And it started like a year ago, and it's been ramping up more and more. And it's been very confusing, because I used to just shave like once every 2 weeks or so, you know, like once every 10 days. And now it's like every 3 days probably. I just can't handle it. It's not in my system. And I know that I don't have a lot of facial hair. That's the worst. I'm like, how do people that have like crazy facial hair growth deal with that? I could, oh my god. Spore crawler tricks coming out. That last one was very close. This adept, oh, he's on a mission and he got a drone kill, baby. And he's going back home. 3 health remaining, 2 kills. 1 Zergling, 1 drone. What? What? Oh, it was a creep tumor. Okay, it was a creep tumor, guys. It was a creep tumor. He gets the purple heart. Good job, Mr. Adept. And on the back of this, we do see another Stargate opener for Trigger. Going into the Oracle, this pair of Zerglings. Oh my god, if they kill this Proby, that is very nice. And the Lings come in, get a nice... Aw, dude, they assassinated the Purple Heart Adept. That's a Sag right there. F. Third base not being mined from, all the drones being sent to the natural. Secure it first, never mind 1 drone! He's in grave danger and he does get taken down by the Oracle. That's a freebie right there. And now the additional drones do come out. The Queens are there to defend. 1 spore in the natural and another one being created at the main. Oh my god, this Oracle! Sneaky! Goes in around the Queens. The Iron Dome not working for Elazer. And these Oracles getting a good chunk of drone kills. And we're gonna get even more. Gonna get a lot of damage here on this Oracle, but 6 drones in total have gone down now to these Oracles, and 1 to that Adept. Rest in peace. And what do we see here? Wow, Forged Twilight, really? And 1 Stalker. 4, 5 more Adepts going out, so Trigger is going all out here into the aggressive mode. We do see Nevo Chamber going down for Elazer, mining some gas again, but he's just on pure speedling. And there's 6 of them on the map. Uh-oh. Oh no. Even seen Oracle coming out. Nice stasis ward, trying to deal with the drone mining here. We do get 2 drones stasised up, and 5 Adepts are ransacking the natural right now. They're shading on into the main. Another Oracle does go down, but more and more drones are falling to these Adepts. Nothing in the third, it's just the main. 10 drones go down. That has gotta hurt. Elazer's gonna be sad here. And he used very, very larva expensive ways of dealing with it, aka mass speedling. 18 drones have gone down this game now. And that puts Elazer down in the dumps. In the slumps. He's sad. He needs to join a blues band because he lost a lot of drones, and every Zerg can tell you that a game where you lost a bunch of drones early is not easy. It's just hard. It's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You basically have two choices. You ignore your opponent and you make more drones. You just make more drones, and if you die, you die. It's kind of like whatever. Or you make a couple drones to have like an okay amount, and then you just all in on units. And you just don't attack. And then at some point, the Protoss might attack you. And then you've been making units for the last 2 minutes. So then smash them. 6 more drones went down. Oh my god, this killer Oracle. That's crazy. Crazy. Total of 3 oracles this game. 2 of them did go down, and Elazer spending more money on more Zerglings just to try and keep map control in his hands. Now, we do see the Blink variant this time around from Trigger. Good replay to learn from, boys and gals. And we see the double Robo with the robotics support bay. So either that's going to be Colossus. Ooh, big surround, but we have the recall. Sorry that I missed that. Or we're going to see some Disruptor. I would love to see Colossi here. We see Mass Zergling, and Colossus are just way better at dealing with that than Disruptors. Disruptors are actually kind of... They don't really like Zerglings. And there we go. Thermalands, 1 Colossus already being created. And surely a second one will come in as well. The 4th base, Elazer's trying to deny it. He's making so many links, trying to get some stuff done. Doesn't get the cancel on the 4th, which I think was his main objective. Also doesn't get a run by. Nice defense here by Trigger. And here come the Colossi. Elazer's not even fully aware. Now, Elazer's cutting a lot of the Hydras here. He's just making enough Hydras so that he can make a bunch of Lurkers. And even rushing into Hive compared to last game. He wants to sit on Ling, Lurker, and then add Hydras later. And then go into Vipers after that if he sees units worth of Vipering. 86 drones. He is back at that amount. So I'm actually quite surprised by that. I'm impressed by that. Moreover, he has so many gases, so many drones. He's invested so much into his economy, and his army count is still pretty good. Like, dude, is this guy a good player or something? What the hell? Elazer doing the thing that good Zergs do. Actually, like, attacking, making a bunch of units behind it, and then getting back into the game. A Trigger, his army is massive. It's very strong. And Thermaland's about to finish. +2 is about to finish. We have a War Prism making more Stalkers here. And Stalkers are just very cost efficient. If you can't overwhelm, you are going to be in a whole lot of hurt. And Elazer does not get a nice surround. The Colossi are just melting away all of the Zerglings. And the Hydra stuck behind the Queens as well. The Queens off of creep. Transfuses trying to come out here. They do come out. But Trigger there takes a nice fight. Now we do see some Lurkers coming out. The Lurkers were not out yet. We do have Lurker range halfway done. But Trigger is pushing the envelope here. He's not giving Elazer any time. He's not letting him breathe. And he's just pushing on in. Elazer feels the heat. He feels the warmth. But it's not a good type of warmth. It's like a one chili too many. And the Hydras try to get a good arc. They do their damage, but it's not enough. Can't target down these Colossi. And just too much value only for Lurkers. And Trigger takes game number 2 there in this best of 3 pretty gosh darn convincingly. The Seismic Spines did complete, but dare I say that maybe one Lurker used it once. And for game number 3, we loaded up into Ghost River. Everybody's favorite map. It's actually quite an interesting map. With the like short rush distance, but pretty easy to defend any type of like rush because of these rocks and like these choke points. And now, in game number 1, Elazer kinda smacked Trigger, and then in game number 2, Trigger kind of smacked Elazer. So for this game number 3, I need both the smackings to like intersect in the middle. I need an unstoppable force meets an immovable object type of beat to happen here. Elazer going for the same build once again, doesn't get blocked on his natural, was prepared to take this third. We do see Zergs change it up a little bit on this map specifically because it's so easy to get your natural blocked, and then so annoying if somehow your third is blocked, because then you're taking this base. Can I illustrate how bad that is? It's like all the way over here. How's a queen ever gonna get there? It's not. And this is not that much farther away from your opponent than this, I feel like. Oh, yeah, I guess it is, but queen is still slow, okay? It feels bad. And feeling bad is bad. Trigger, tell us everything you want to do, buddy. What are you thinking about here? What's the tech? 1 gas. What do you want? 200 gas? 150? Is it another starport? It's not. It's a robo. Soul train, soul train, soul train. Channel your inner parting. It's time to make sentries. 1 stalker, sentry, forge, gateway, gateway, sentry, immortal, go. That's all I need. That's all I need in my life. A real life soul train. Ohana does mean family, but it also means soul train. Third base is going down for Elazer. And he does have a speed halfway done. Again, not mining any more gas. He has 2 overlords kind of flying about here. And the first immortals underway. More gateways are being built. Only 1 gas. This looks like such a giga all-in or just a super fast third. It could be either at this point. No forge. Which, you know. Oh my god, more gateways are coming out. No Twilight, so no charge. It's 1 immortal, 2nd immortal. We already have 5 gates. No more probes being built. No more gas being mined. More gateways. There's not a Twilight console that I've missed, right? So this is going to be slow Zealot. 8 gates? 8 gate, 2 immortal Zealots. Oh my god, this stalker is really trying to get rid of these scouting lings without letting them through. The war prism's coming out and is going to fly over these immortals and is going to be in the heat of things, going to warp in these slow zealots. This game is going to end real early. That is not a joke. Oh my god, Elazer. He is flying blind, but he is making a lot of links. He's making a roach warren. He's actually thinking to do some aggressing himself. So it's more like 2 unstoppable forces hitting each other. There's no immovable object here. Oh my god, this probe, completely fake. Giga fake. We have a zealot. Alarm bell should be ringing. More zealots being warped in. Giga alarm bells going off. And Elazer knows what's up now, but can he defend? 2 spines are going down. We have 1 behind the third, 1 in the natural. These immortals do get surrounded by the Zerglings, and that's a lot of Zerglings. 1 immortal already went down. Dude, the double spore! The tech! He gets the war prism out of there, and all of these zealots are now without any backup. More slow zealots are walking up. No +1 means that these zealots do not 2-shot the Zerglings. They need 3 shots. And these spores, oh my god, the spores plus the queens, the war prism goes down, the immortal goes down, and only slow zealots remain. And they can't take down the Zerg army. They're getting kited to all hell. And Elazer taking game number 3, Trigger, with a pretty cool all-in, honestly. I think maybe this gateway should have been a forge, and you should have made +1. I don't know if it's done by now. If you attack, because you want to use all your chrono boost on the Immortal and the War Prism. So I guess it's not done? But, like, these Zealots are just ass. Slow Zealots are just so ass. And also, Elazer is a little bit of a god. These spores were so sick. And the queens, like... And he was also a little lucky that it was being slightly... you know, he was aggressing. But, yeah. Elazer takes this best of 3, keeps himself in the race. We still have 3 horses with Hero Marine, Trigger, Elazer, and I guess Petit Drogo. I don't know if we're still doing Hero Marine game, so ignore me. Guys, thank you for watching. I am deeply honored that people watch me talk about video games. Be sure that you like the video, subscribe, hack the algorithm, whatever, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.